Hello, my name is Sarahgh. I've been invited by Lewisham Library Service to do an artist talk for International Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day, everyone. My connection to Lewisham is that I live in the borough and that I work as a printmaking teacher for Adult Learning Lewisham. I trained at Central St Martin's and Camberwell College, and my subject matter is landscape. The land carries memory, personal and collective. My current practice is concerned with memory, identity, and the tension around borders. My processes of making are reworking and fragmenting images so they are unrecognizable, addressing the theories around memory and amnesia. The processes I apply are often printmaking methods, but also digital methods. The use of clay as the material of the land and moving image. The chosen process becomes the content. Visuals are developed through different printmaking techniques at different stages, and by landing on the paper, information is transmitted. Some information is lost, other information is carried through to the final outcome. For example, an etching line appears on the woodcut. The loss of information on the surface creates fragmentation, interruption, and the possibility of ambiguity. As memory is not static, it is organic, it changes, and it can be manipulated. I'm not choreographing the direction of my practice. I embrace serendipity and I appreciate the ruins and the absence. If you look at an etching plate, you see different levels of excavation appearing similar to psychoanalysis or an actual archaeological dig. Both disciplines investigate the past. I'm driven to find out the truth, unearthing layer by layer to reveal something forgotten and expose something deep within the past that relates to pressing matters of today. At Adult Learning Lewisham, I share my knowledge with my learners. I run courses in screen printing, relief printmaking, which is usually lino or woodcut, and etching. We have set up a printmaking group called Quaggy Printmakers for all learners attending courses to promote printmaking and their work by exhibiting in and beyond the borough of Lewisham. Recently, Quaggy Printmakers have been approached to sell their work on supportmylocal.org as their regular and successful winter show at the Chapel of Ladywell and Brockley cemeteries was cancelled due to the lockdown. Selling work online was a massive success for my learners.
As my practice is very much about processes, I've decided to show you my making. You will find resolved works on my website and in the short film of my exhibition last year called Land and Sea, attached to today's presentation. The show took place at Slaughterhouse Print Studio in the period of the first lockdown in March. Printmaking is all about touch. It goes under the skin, under the surface. Printmaking is haptic. You incise a plate, cut a plate, touch the plate to feel if the acid has bitten sufficiently. Ink it, wipe it with scrim, wipe it with tissue paper. Hover above the surface of the plate with a ball of inky scrim to again give a little bit extra ink to a plate. Push it through the press and handprint it. The ink touches the paper and becomes part of it. Printmaking is closely affiliated to the everyday of printed matter such as newspaper, advertising and packaging. In some works I draw on disseminating information and publicizing, but right now in these works I take a different focus. The surface of daily printed matters is flat. Now I focus instead on the depths of the printed surface, looking through a magnifying glass to help me cut, but also to view the world of hills and valleys. I need my prints to have rich physical qualities and to create a physical presence. I try to achieve this by using traditional printmaking methods such as etching and relief. I've been working on heavy casts recently. I call them white cliffs, referring to the white cliffs of Dover connecting England and France. It is a site of particular scientific interest. The chalk cliffs in Normandy are part of the same geological system as the white cliffs of Dover. It is a site of outstanding natural beauty, and it is the first thing you see before you arrive in England by ferry. There are references in English literature to the White Cliffs. They symbolize the defense of Britain. They symbolize home. The process of casting bridges the gap between sculpture and print. The sensitivity of the plaster material can capture incredibly subtle nuances and details in an image, and it is particularly well suited to images that have a wide range of values as well as depth.